In this tutorial, we'll learn how to import OBJ files into After Effects. So let's get started. So I have Blender open right here, and in case some of you guys are not familiar with Blender, it's a free and open source 3D graphics software. So I click Add, Mesh, and create a cylinder model. So I'm going to go to File, I'm going to go to Export, and choose Wavefront OBJ. Great, now we have an OBJ file, and let's go back to After Effects and import it. I'll go to File, Import OBJ, and if we select original size and import it like that, the model will turn out to be very tiny, since After Effects world scale is not the same as it is in Blender. To solve this problem, let's import the model again. Check Increase Scale by 100 times, and go ahead and import it. There we go. It's normal scale now. Also, if you change position of the model in Blender and export it, then when you import OBJ model in After Effects, you will see position change as well. And you can do this with other software as well, such as 3D Max, for example. So I'll create a teapot. I'll go to File, Export, give it a name. I'll save it. If you import OBJ from 3ds Max, make sure Flip YZ axis checkbox is enabled, because Y and Z are actually swapped in this software. So now, let's go back to After Effects and import our model. You can leave the original size, select the teapot, and import. There you go, the model is in there. So now let's see how it works in practice. Let's say we have this girl face projection in Blender. And let's also see from a different angle. So I want to export the model's head and then import it into After Effects. I select Head Mesh, go to File, Export, Wavefront OBJ, and I'll mark Selected Only. This way I will only export the head mesh. I'll give it a name and export. All right, great. So now I'll go to After Effects. I'll go to File, Import OBJ, and increase scale by 100 times and import. Let's take a look. As you can see, the model wasn't imported correctly. You can clearly notice some holes appear between polygons. Now, why did this happen? Well, to figure this out, let's go to Blender. And so here I have two polygons with 4 vertices, and all vertices are on the same plane. But when I raise one vertex of the left polygon a little, the rectangle isn't flat anymore. And in After Effects, as you know, you can raise corners of the solid. You can, of course, using corner pen, move the corners left and right, back or forward, but not up or down along the Z. So this rectangle is no longer planar. Only this one is. So in order to import a non-planar rectangle properly, we need to add an edge here, and then divide rectangle into 2 triangles. But we don't need to do this manually. We'll simply go to Blender and export the model with triangular faces. So I'm going to go to File, Export, Wavefront OBJ, and then in the opening window, I'll check Triangulated Mesh and replace the model. Now then, when I go back to After Effects to import OBJ again, this model is imported correctly. Yes, sometimes it just happens so that black edges become visible in between the polygons. But it's very easy to fix. You simply add offset value when you import, and as you can see, they're gone. Anyway, remember that After Effects is not a 3D modeling software, and you can open complex 3D scenes in it, and the number of polygons of your model should not exceed 1500. Alright, that's all you needed to know on how to import OBJ files.